you out there. I mentioned that there's another.
No. Look at the media guide. Open it up. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. There they are, the three of them. You know what I mean? At least put me in the corner or something. Whack coach of the year, 2001.
You're the
2001.
You're the Rodney Dangerfield of the coaching staff.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
How many plays can you get from Alex Saturday?
You know what? We're determining that right now. You know, we're very, very excited to see him out there. I guarantee you that. And you know, I haven't even talked to him. I talked to him during the practice. I think a lot will be determined tomorrow. Hey, how's he feeling tomorrow? I mean, it's as any of us. I have a tendency to not work out and then work out, and then I'm really sore the next day, and that's kind of what he's gone through. So I think we're obviously positive sign that he was out there. Exciting sign, but we need to see, you know, how he progresses, what he feels like tomorrow, how much he can do tomorrow, and those things. So, you know, we're hopeful we can get something out of him, that's for sure.
Were there any limits on him today, or was he full go?
No, there were, you know, we were trying to, you know, keep him limited. And, you know, he basically took half the reps that maybe he would have, you know, just trying to get him back. You know, it's amazing, twisting and turning, you know. It seems like his back's okay, but and again, I'm not a doctor. I have no idea. So we just have to get him with the trainer, see how he comes through tomorrow, and just kind of keep taking it day to day and just see what you know, see what he can handle.
It's one of those things where you also have to look at the big picture and the small picture at the same time. I mean, how much he can give you this week versus, you know, what you risk in terms of down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that with any injury, that's what you're doing, you know. And again, we really have to rely on the doctors, the trainers. Hey, is he going to hurt himself if he goes harder? All those things, you know. And so I'm just excited he's out there, to be honest with you. He means a great deal to this team. He gives a great deal of toughness to the team. And believe me, you know, I'm a better coach when he's out there as opposed to when he's not. I can tell you that. So
if he does play, what is Bryce's role?
Well, that's, you know, all of this stuff is really being determined. I just said that to those guys out there. You know, last year, I think I said it, but I think we all knew kind of where guys were situated. You know what I mean? And so, you know, now it's literally a day-to-day thing. You know, trying to figure out who are the 5 best guys. Obviously, we haven't had Alex back. Now we get Alex back. You know. So it really truly is a day-to-day thing, and I think it's going to be a game-to-game thing. You know, I just think it's going to be a situation where we, you know, play some of those guys, see what our best lineup is, and it may change from game to game until we settle in a little bit and really understand where we're at.
How have the guys like Bryce handled this fall with all the movement left and right, guard and tackle?
Yeah. He's a great kid. You know, he's a smart kid. And I think he understands that he's more than willing to do what's best for the team and for him, you know. And it's funny because when you get to the NFL, that's exactly what it is. You're playing left and right and guard and tackle, unless you just signed for about $60 million, you know, in Brandon Auber's case. But it was kind of funny when I was in the NFL, the guys are coming, well, I'm a left or right. No, you're not. No, we have 7 guys staying over there. When you send 5 out, there's 2 left. So whoever gets hurt, you're going in for them. You know what I mean? You know, I'm kind of used to that, and I like that flexibility. You know, Alex has played guard and tackle. Royce has played guard and tackle. Ben can play center and guard, you know. So I think that flexibility is important, and you know, I think he understands. We're trying to get the 5 best guys and see where everybody ends up.
Was camp different for you at all, having 7 newcomers that didn't go through the spring and trying to get a couple of them ready to contribute?
Yeah. I mean, it was you know, certainly different than the last couple of years. In some ways, it was more fun, I think, in the sense that you feel like you're coaching more, you feel like you're needed a little bit more, you know. And so that part of it was fun. And it's amazing, you know, the transition from high school to college is you just can't even imagine the difference. And it's the same thing with the NFL to college, you know. So it's definitely a process. You know, first you got to learn what you're doing, then you got to understand the speed of things, and then you have to understand 3 inches off in high school, no big deal. 3 inches off in the SEC, quarterback gets sacked. You know, so that's the biggest thing is getting them precise with their technique. But I think we got some really good young players, and I'm excited to work with them. And you know, like even I just got through telling them, look, I don't care if you're on the scout team, keep pressing because you might not be. You know, If you're on the second team, press to be on the first. If you're on the first team, fight to keep it, you know. So it really is, I think there's some good competition out there, and it's kind of exciting to work with those young guys, see them develop.
I know it's an ongoing process, but how many of those young guys are you comfortable with, this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think that probably Nick Broker would be the one guy right now that's picked it up enough that I'd be comfortable playing with him. And then those other guys are right there too,
Right.
But I just think position-wise and being able to pick it up and being in good enough shape, that's the other thing. Some of these poor guys just didn't understand the shape that you have to be in. Nick was a basketball player, so he's kind of used to running up and down the floor and used to being in shape. So he'd be the one guy that sticks out to me that right now is ready to go, but I'm happy with all of them. I think they're all going to be good players.
Coach, has Howard been able to keep the weight on during the intense fall camp y'all just had?
For who?
Howard?
Oh, yeah, he sure has. He has been hanging in there, 280 right on the dot. So, we check his weight every day, and I don't even think he's gone up and down a pound, So that's been really, really positive. And what a great addition he's been. And we needed him. I told him last spring, I said, look, we're going to flat out need you, man. So if you want to be out there 260 pounds, that's your problem, but you're going to be out there. And so anyways, he's done a great job. He's a wonderful guy, and this team means a lot to him. And I think he's going to gives us another, Alex, Ben, and Mike, they give us kind of an edge, and that's what we're always looking for as far as toughness.
Have you ever had a player who struggled to keep on weight like Howard has?
Not as much as Mike, I'll be honest. I've had some that struggle to keep it off, which, we all know who they are without mentioning names, but yeah, not quite as much as, I mean, even when I played, I couldn't put on weight. If I skipped a meal, I'd lose 5 pounds. And, but eventually, you can get to the point where you can keep it on.
What do you think you'll see from these redshirt juniors who are now being asked to play so many snaps?
Yeah, that's going to be, it's the same for anybody that starts the first game. It is amazing the toll it takes you on a football game, and there's no way to recreate it. You can practice all you want, and, that's tough, but, filling up a stadium with however many thousands of people and playing 80 to 100 snaps, or whatever it is, that's tough to recreate. And we've tried our best, but the difference is as far as your just momentum and your adrenaline, I guess, is just pumping. So you're able to do it. But it's going to be an adjustment for those guys, and I think that's why hopefully we can play some other guys if they are winded, especially this first week. Hopefully we can play and get those guys some spells.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.